What's going on YouTube? Barrymore here with another locals match. Today we got XrosHeart on the left and me piloting Mastemon on the right. So this is round one of our Saturday night locals here at Dragons Lair in Houston, Texas. XrosHeart's going to be starting us off, dropping off that Shotmon in battle area. Searching the top three, he's going to be getting a Taiki. Taiki for sure, because he's got a, you need a Taiki. He gets the Taiki, bottom decks the X3 and grabs the X7. Back over to me, I'm at 4 memory. Go ahead and hatch that Demi-Miramon. Go into a Tapermon, and then I go ahead and drop that Gatomon, search the top 3. It hurts seeing that call going down to the bottom. I do get another rookie along with the Mastemon. Back over to the Shotmon player. Goes ahead and drops that Taiki that he grabbed the turn earlier. Searching the top 4. I will be putting that Omni Shot to the bottom of the Taiki, grabbing that X4 because it's the one of, why wouldn't you? You need that card. I mean, you don't need it, but it's really good. And I go ahead and raise up that Tapermon, swing into another Taiki, which is not good, but it's not bad because now he has to answer the Tapermon instead of letting him get another check next turn. And he does play the Omni Shot. I think it's Shotmon DX or D-Cross. I forgot what it's called, but I think it's D-Cross, the blue and red one. Back over to, well, I'm still at the 2, so I drop another Tapermon, choking him to 1. No rookie looks like, so he's thinking about what he's gonna do with his Shotmon. It looks like he's gonna crash in a Tapermon, so like I said, he has to answer that Tapermon, so he goes ahead and crashes both. I draw 1 and then draw 1, discard 1 off the Demi-Miramon. And I discard a Gazi, so Gazi's not too useful against XrosHeart because they don't really gain memory, so no use of having him there in my hand if I have another rookie already. So he's gonna go for a cross here, and I think he's gonna do the X4 that he grabbed earlier. So Starmon, the Rulumon, Ballista, and the Shout. So yeah, here comes the X4 for 1. Gets to draw 2, going down to 0. Swings for 1 check. He does draw from Starmon. It's -2 to my security because it's the Rulumon, but he just hits a Ignitemon, which is not too threatening. End of attack, he does get to save all his sources. Puts him underneath the Taiki, and he gets to unsuspend the Taiki as well. So if he wants to cross, he can again, even though he has 2 Taikis already, so it doesn't really matter. But he is going to cross, and it looks like he's going to be crossing into an X7 here. So he's going to be crossing for 4, only 5 sources. But he does get to delete something on my field, which I'm assuming he's going to be deleting the Gatomon. So he passes it over 4, and yeah, deletes the Gatomon. Go ahead and draw and hatch a Demi-Miramon. And I go into another Ignitemon in the back. Go ahead and swing that Tapermon security. He has no blocker, so he can't block. And he does die to an X3, drawing me a card off on deletion. Right here, I'm going to a Gatomon, going down to 1. And then I'm going to give him a lot of memory and Chaos Egg. I think I put him to 6. No, 7. Okay, so I was at 1, gave him 7. Played for 8 and gave him 7, but he does lose all sources underneath him, so his hand doesn't look too big from here, but it kind of looks like a sizable hand, so he might still have more plays, but I did get rid of 5 sources, which is good. Oh, and he plays the Mervamon. Okay, so he's gonna cross here with the Mervamon. He doesn't have the Ignitemon, so he can't get the memory back. But he's at 7, so he's gonna only give me 1. He plays the Omni Shot underneath. And this is pretty cool because you can play the X4 and the X3 and get their on-play effects. So he's gonna be able to draw 2 off of the X4. And then off the X3, he's just going to search the top 3 and grab 2 cards with X-Cross on their source, on their traits. He's going to get a Starmon's and the Zenjiro to his hand. And still only choking me to 1, which is a really good play here. Yeah, I dropped the Psychmon here. I'm at 3 security, so even if he decides to out 3, he's not going to be able to do much. And the only way he can answer the Psychmon here is either going into an X7 for the whole memory cost, which I don't think he has enough. or going into playing a Darudamon off of the Akari, or just hard dropping it. But he does delete his X3 to get that one memory. And he swings in with the X4, hitting a Devimon, doesn't die. Swings in with the Mervamon, he hits a Mirai, which is actually life-saving for me here, because he does answer the Psychmon with a Star Sword. And he gets to cross with the Shaman, and he is putting me down at 2-2 because he can't reduce the evolution cost, but he does delete the Psychmon, which is actually pretty good for me because the Mirai, I can't have anything on the board in order for me to do my Mirai plays. So he kind of helped me out a little bit here. So I dropped down the the analog use, getting that Angelomon. Unfortunately, trashing 2 Ophanimons, but at least I got the piece that I needed. Well, one of the pieces. Go into the Angelomon, search the security. Luckily, there is a Lady Devimon because I don't think I had one in hand. But the Lady Devimon's going to be able to be played out for free because of the Mirai effect, getting me 1 memory back from the Angelomon and then another one from the Ignitemon. I want to tap here, play it out, gain back my 2 memory, and I will be able to DNA into the Mastemon here. So I'm going to put the Gatomon back in security. So I probably need some more search power here. Gatomon's going to come out, it's going to go ahead and search me the top 3. Give me some more pieces that I might be missing. Maybe go into an Ophanimon, get a Lady Devimon. Get a memory from the Ignite because Mastemon is a new Digimon. I get the Ordinmon, no other hits. And here I'm going to get rid of that Mervamon because the Mervamon does make all the XrosHeart's blockers. And they give Rush, so he doesn't even need a Shaman if he has a Mervamon on the field. I'm going to play another Psychmon here and then go ahead and play a memory, purple memory boost. And so I don't have any blockers, and he has 2 Digimon coming up. So I have 2 security, but he can't cross. So unless he can answer that Psychmon and cross, I should be safe here. Starmon swings into a Gatomon and dies, gets his draw off of the Pikmons. And goes ahead. He was gonna put it in the trash if he remembered he could save it. So if I would have kept the Mervamon off on the field, that would have been an extra check right there. That would have been game because he would have had 2 swings. But he swings with the X4, hitting an Ignitemon, nothing big. And then he's going to Death X me, which is okay because he gave me a bunch of memory. And I lose the Mastemon, but I still have the Angelomon. The Gatomon dies, and I get the memory off of Mirai. So I have plenty of memory here to work with. I have 9 on top of that memory boost, so in total I have about 11 memory to work with here. I go into a Gazimon, and I'm going to Flame Hellscythe here, going down to 3. Deleting that Darudamon. And most likely playing that Lady... Nope, I play the... Okay, so I play the Gatomon, get a memory from Ignite, search the top 3. Luckily hit the Lady Devimon and get a Mastemon. Not sure if I have one in hand already. Okay, I did have one in hand, so I'll go in for 1. And since I already have Mastemon and Ordinmon in hand, I'm probably going to get an whatchamacallit, an Ophanimon. So I go into the Mastemon here. And I just remember that I didn't grab the Ophanimon. Luckily he let me go ahead and do it because I could have been... He could have just said no. It was a kind of a small little misplay on me, but he's a good friend of mine, so he was okay with it. And then I'm searching to see what I'm going to put in security and take out. I definitely need to get rid of that Death X because the Death X is going to cost me problems. So I play out the Gatomon because I still have that Lady Devimon in hand that I got earlier. I was able to grab 2, get a memory from the Ignite, and I popped the X4 because it is level 4. Then I go into an Angelomon here for 1. I need some recovery here, so I go into an Ophanimon for 4, and I recover 1. And then end of play here, I'm going to go into the Ordinmon and get rid of that Death X, and it's also going to recover me another memory. So this is actually a really good play, choking him to 1 and getting 2 recovery off of that with a big body on the field. So even if he deletes it, that Ordinmon is going to come back if I decide to trash one of my securities on deletion. And she does have the Angelomon underneath that gives her check +1. So next turn I will be able to swing for 2 checks here. And for the most part, relatively safe because he's a 15k body. The biggest body they play is a X7, which is 13. But he does play the Death Eggs. I don't know how many he plays, but I know for sure he has those somewhere in his deck. And he plays another Akari, passing me over to 3 or to 2. I get a memory from Mirai going to 3. And he does get 2 draws off of those Akaris. I'm gonna go ahead and swing here for 2, hitting a Ballista and another Darulumon, so nothing too big. Gazi's gonna swing in for the last check. As long as there's nothing good here, I'm okay. Yeah, so hit an X7, draw 1, discard 1. I'll pop the boost. And I'm gonna drop a Devimon here for game after I fumble it. But yeah, go into Devimon, swing for game. That's gonna be game 1, going to me. Going to game 2. I'm gonna go first, and I'm just gonna hard drop that Gatomon, searching the top 3. It is a pretty tough choice actually, because I needed all 3 of those, but I grabbed the Lady Devimon and the Ignitemon, hoping that Gatomon will live, because I think I bottom decked another one. I don't think I had one in hand, so he's gonna go into the X3 for 3 because he does missing the Darulumon, but he does need some search, so he's going to search the top 3, getting a Darulumon and another X3. And you guys saw that he does play Wyvern's Breath, so it's another option card I got to be careful for in security in case he plays more than one. That he passes over to by dropping the Tri-Tamer. And you're going to see how much work that Tri-Tamer is going to be putting in by himself or by itself, because I was struggling to get rid of it because I was not seeing my Lucemon. But you guys will see how bad that Tri-Tamer was doing so much work here. So for one, I go into the Lady Devimon. And I get rid of an Angelomon just to have something in the trash. Go ahead and play the other Angelomon from BT11. I gain back a memory from the Lady Devimon for dropping the Angelomon. Go into the Mastemon at the end of turn with Gatomon's effect. And that's why I wanted to put that Angelomon in the trash, because I didn't want to lose security. And I go ahead and play that Angelomon out, deleting the level 4. And he goes ahead and saves it underneath his Tri-Tamer. Luckily, both of them have blocker retile, because I did manage to get the Lady Devimon and the Angelomon that gives him blocker and retaliation. Beginning of main phase, he goes ahead and puts a card underneath it and draws one off of his Tri-Tamer. He's going to be going here for a cross. So we got the Starmons, Darulu. I think he's going to an X7, yeah, because he's got Ballistamon, Omni Shout. Does delete the Mastemon. And he still was able to keep turn. And he gets 2 checks here, so he swings into the Angelomon and a memory boost, which kind of does help a lot actually, the memory boost. I still have a body on the field, and unfortunately he does have to pass. Luckily for me, he doesn't have reboot because he's missing the Sparrowmon. So I can do something here, so I go into the Devimon. Now the Devimon does have retaliation because I have a yellow Digimon on the field, but I have bigger plans here to go into a Mastemon. And you guys saw I just trashed another Devimon, so keep that in mind. But I grab the Angelomon, go into the Mastemon, go ahead and draw, put the Devimon in security, and I bring it out. So the Devimon, since I have a yellow Digimon or Tamer on the field, it does gain Rush with retaliation, so I'm going to be throwing that Devimon as a sacrificial lamb into that X7. And then it saves all his sources. He saves 4, which is what he has underneath the Tri-Tamer. I'm still at 1 here, so just play the analog use, giving him 1, choking him down. We'll grab and that's the Lucemon that I needed so bad earlier, because this Tri-Tamer is just giving me hell here. It doesn't even have a Kari or a Taiki or anything. He just has that one Tri-Tamer that just will not go away. But he puts a Ballistamon underneath, getting a memory and drawing a card. And mind you, he doesn't even have any rookies, so again, this Tri-Tamer is just crazy, just doing everything it can to keep him alive. And he's going to be crossing into an X3 here. Going down to 1, searching the top 3. Luckily, you got the Ignitemon, so you can go ahead and Digivolve and raise him with that. But he gets the Mervamon and the Ignite because they do have XrosHeart inside their traits. And he goes ahead and just Digivolves over the Pigmon with the Ignitemon here. After he's not able to pick it up. He's going to be checking in security here. I don't have blocker because I have the check +1 Angelomon. And he just hits an Ignitemon, nothing too big. Goes ahead and plays a Starmon to put me to 1. Oh no, he put me to 2, I'm sorry. Back over to me, I'm going to go ahead and Digivolve into a Gazimon over the Demi-Miramon. I'm going to swing over that X3, that way he doesn't get an extra check next turn. I don't have blockers, so it doesn't really matter for it to be withstood or not. It saves the the Shotmon and the Starmons. And those actually should have been going to the bottom, but it doesn't really matter here. The bottom of the Tamer. Then I Flame Hellscythe, bringing out a Gatomon, giving him 4. Searching the top 3. Do get the Gazimon and the Afanimon. Bottom decking that Mirei. He puts a Sparamon underneath to gain 1, draw 1. They actually should have done that earlier, but he let me misplay earlier, so I let him misplay here because that's at the beginning of the main phase, I believe. That doesn't really matter. Goes in and swings with that Ignitemon. And he does hit an Angemon, so he does die. Can't save it because he doesn't have a save underneath the Ignitemon. But it doesn't matter because Mervamon plays from trash. And he drops his Shoutmon. Revealing top 3. He does get to get 1. And it's lucky because he got that X7, which is exactly what he needed. But I don't think he had one in hand, so that way he could clear the Mastemon and only pass over. I think he's gonna pass 4 here. So he's gonna go Sparrow, Starmons, Darula, Ballista, and I believe he's missing the Z. So he won't have blocker. Yeah, missing. Yeah, he's missing the C. So goes into the X7, passes 4 over to me, and deletes my Mastemon. No, he thinks about deleting Mastemon, but he actually deletes the Gatomon. And I believe the Gatomon probably threats. If the Gatomon is left unchecked, and he passes me 4, the analog use will give me 5, and I could drop a Mirei and go into a Mastemon for free, basically. But he just decided to get the Gatomon out of the way. But luckily I have one in raising either way, or in hand to go over the Gazimon. Going down to 1, playing an Angelomon. Ignimon's in security, so I can't pick it up. And then I just go into an Afanimon, deleting that Shoutmon and recovering 1. So the X3 has 2 checks here, and that's all I have is security. So I'm gonna go ahead and hatch his egg and then do his Tri-Tamer, getting a memory and drawing him. So it's gonna go to 5. And there's no point in me blocking because it does have piercing because of that Ballistamon. So I just go ahead and let those 2 checks go through. Nothing big in security. We already knew that Ignitemon was in there, but the Angelomon didn't help. And he goes ahead and Wyvern Breasts the Afanimon. In hindsight, I think he might have should have done the Mastemon here instead, because I do get to spit out a body with Afanimon. I draw 1 and discard 1 from the Demi-Miramon. I'm going to be discarding a Gazimon. And then I do play out the Gatomon here for some more search power. But it didn't do his job really good. It did bottom deck everything else but Digimon. But I do get that analog use memory from being deleted. So I go into Angelomon for 1, nothing to recover. Or check, should I say. And then I play the Flame Hell Scythe, putting him to 3. So I'm going to be going into another Mastemon play here for sure. So I get back the 1 memory from the Lady Devimon. And I forget to get the memory back from the Ignite-mon here actually. So that kind of screwed me over. But I finally get rid of the Tamer. And then I'm going to be getting rid of his X7 here with an Ordean-mon. So I was going to pop him. I gain recovery. And he should be at 1, but I forgot to get the memory from the Ignite-mon, so it doesn't really matter here. So back over to him, goes into a Shaman, and he has no choice but to drop the Mervamon here, just to try to get some bodies out on the field with blocker. And he gets to, I believe he brings out 2 X3s for more searching. That's such a good play, just being able to bring out 2 level 4s with on-play effects just to get some search, and then them being blockers. And he does pass quite a bit of memory here, giving me 5, but this is probably the best play he had. He searches off the X3, gets 2, and then searches off the other X3 to get another 2. Puts that Sparrowmon down. Definitely gets that X4, because X4 is just too good not to get. So back over to me, I'm at 5 memory. I raise out the Psychmon to stop any more XrosHeart shenanigans, but apparently I don't need it. Got him on over it. I do swing here that I believe I have 2 checks. And he lets them go through, which the Kari did not help at all, because now it's another blocker and body on the field that I have to worry about. It does minus 3,000 to Gatomon, but it doesn't really matter because she's at 4k. And I don't plan on swinging with her anytime soon, but I hit it X3, so nothing too big. That Akari really did screw me over though. And here it kind of sucks because I don't have an Angelomon. And I don't know why, for some reason, maybe I thought that I could get the Angelomon with the calling, but I calling the Ordean-mon, doing all her inheritables, which I think I only had a Demimirmon underneath. But I end up getting a Lady Devimon and another Mastemon because I don't have the Mastemon in hand. So I draw the card. Trying to figure out what I want to discard. Then I tap the analog U to be able to hatch again in memory. So it's my last egg. Going into a Tapermon. And I'm desperately searching here for an Angelomon, but I can't seem to find it. I just go ahead and check with the Lucamon. And he doesn't block it, which is good because I hit a Zenjiro, which is even worse because he also has the Ballistamon in hand. So now from 3 bodies to 5 bodies and 2 Tamers was yeah. And then I don't have an Angelomon. Because if I had the Angelomon, I could have got the Ordean out. But oh well. I have to hard play the Angelomon. Go into Mastemon over the Lady Devimon. I do get the memory back. And this was pretty cool because I put the Angelomon back in security, and I do have a Devimon in trash, so I have technically 3 blockers, and then the last security I saw was a Chaos Degrade, so luckily that kind of saved me a little bit. But giving him that much memory, it's what really screwed me here. So he swings first one with X3. He does have retaliation because I have the Mastemon has Lady Devimon and Angelomon underneath. Spit out the Devimon, block with that one. Does have retaliation as well. So I have one more block. He swings with the Rulamon. I block it with the Mastemon. Now, if he would have swung here with the Shoutmon first, I would have been okay. And you'll see why I say that. But he swings in with the Mervamon, and the last check is the Chaos Degrade, which I have to put the Shoutmon underneath. And he's at 5 memory, but he doesn't have a Digimon to play. So he searches with the Taiki. And now that I see it, he did have a Digimon. I think he just didn't see it until he did this play. Because he gets the Starmons, stucks it underneath the Taiki, and then he picks up the X7. Bottom decks the rest. And this is where he saw that he had game all along the whole time. Because he drops the Zenjiro for 3. He's at 1. Passing meter 2, but he has the Ballista and getting back to 2, and it has Rush because of Merva. So that's going to be it for game 2. Now, unfortunately, we ran out of time, so we ended up rolling a dice to see who got the game, just so we wouldn't go into a draw because it was round 1. We didn't want to draw at the beginning, and I ended up winning the die. It was odds or even, and I ended up rolling odds into a 5. So it was a really good match, really grindy. Mastemon itself is just grindy, as a deck. But other than that, I had a lot of fun playing against my friend, and it was a really good match. And we're trying to set up for the next match, but it doesn't matter because we're running out of time, and we just ended up ending it there. But anyways, thanks guys for watching again. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you think about the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.